Howdy guys, Kirk and Jason here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. What we're going to show you guys today is, we got about 10 of these windows we're going to do. What the fella did who owned the house is, he actually did this window here and he didn't tie the wire in. You got to break the stucco out, tie the paper, and then tie the wire in. If you don't, you'll get a perimeter crack. Well, he had a huge perimeter crack around here. So we told him, well, I can fix that. Then I came and I noticed he grinded everything down, and I said, what's that about? And he says, well, I was online Googling and it said to grind it down. You don't have to do that, guys. I've been doing this over 30 years and that is not necessary. I've seen a lot of fellows do that, and I've said it before, it's not necessary. What I did was, the other day we were here, I was looking at it, I put a polyurethane caulking in this crack. Now, what I also did is I weld-creted from here to here, so that I'm going to use a Santa Barbara smooth mission finish to do this, because you see the texture is like a 20-30, that just means the grit. But the walls are very flat in areas, so you got to kind of look at the base and then the texture in order to be able to match when this is painted. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here. First thing I'm going to do is, we've mixed up some Santa Barbara smooth mission finish for this particular fix. Now what I'll do is, I'll take this, and this got a very fine grit. It's like 30 grit. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go around this whole perimeter with the base coat first before I apply a texture. And again, the reason I'm using the Santa Barbara is I want this as smooth as possible prior to the texture. If the base is too sandy and then the texture matches, you'll still see the base. So I've got to match the base and the texture, which it'll take me about 5 minutes to go around this window. Then I'm going to float this, and after that sets, do the texture. Okay guys, I've spread that out. Now what I did is I take a hard rubber float and I feather in the joint. Feather in the joint, just like that. And you might say, hey Kirk, I always see you using those green ones. If I use a green one, I'll bring the aggregate out, sand, and then my base coat will be too rough. So for the sake of showing you guys, that's why I did that. Now that I've used my hard rubber float to get my joint in, I'm going to take it and smooth it out even a little bit more. And then when I'm at that stage, I'll take my color coat and I do my texture. Now I'm looking at their texture. They're going straight up and a couple to the right. That's a nasty texture, but I can match that. Here we go. Okay, so they're kind of sporadic here and there, and they're going upward. Then they barely knocked it down, so that's exactly what I'll do. I'm looking at, they left a couple clinkers here and there, so I'll leave a clinker. On a window, we'll take that straight up. And the idea is for the average person not to notice that this is a newly installed window. By the way, the homeowner says, well, I've watched your video and I couldn't do it. That's the best I can do, what you've seen. And I told him, well, I watched a whole bunch of videos how to do electricity and I couldn't even figure it out, so we're all good at stuff. I end up hiring an electric guy. Hopefully you guys look at this and say, man, I can do that. Okay, now I've matched this, and I take it for granted I was just going to hit it. So I'm going to just lightly hit it, guys. Lightly hit it with just the edge. Boom, there's no pressure there. No pressure. So I'm going to finish this up right here, and the ladder, I should be able to finish everything. Now again, I look at that, and they didn't knock some of it down. Some of it they knocked down, some of it they didn't. Whoa. Okay. So I'll knock some down and I'll leave some rough. Now the side here, they kind of pancaked it. When you drag your trowel straight flat, it'll pancake. So give it that glue look. So I want that wall to match what they've got. And lastly, I'll finish this up here. Just happen to have enough on here. We've got about 10 windows to do, so we're going to put that camera away. And I just thought I'd show you a couple tips. A rock in there, see how that just knock it right off? Redo it. Sometimes we do have rocks in the sand. We got all kind of weird stuff in our sand. Sometimes the cats in the neighborhood come out and use it as a litter box. You got to watch that stuff. Anyhow, there it is. When this is painted, you have to really look hard to see that patchwork. The owner, he might notice it, but you folks or people having a barbecue, they shouldn't be able to look up and say, hey, so you got new windows. Anyhow, my name's Kirk, Jason on the camera. Jason, of course, also mixed all these, and he can spread as well as me. As usual, folks, we'll see you guys on the next one.